This is 9 News, and I'm Aurelia, and today we will be interviewing General Raymond Lionel Lim about his life in World War I. Hello, General. Today I just have a few questions for you.
Sounds good, Aurelia. Let's get started.
Now tell us a little bit about your childhood during the war.
I was born on the 12th of July, 1878 in South Australia. My father was a shoemaker and he worked most of the week. My mother stayed at home and looked after me and my siblings. I am one of 8 children. I was educated in the public school system in North Adelaide Public School until I was 12 years old. After school, I went to work for a retail and a wholesale business. From there, I was sent to Albany, Western Australia. I moved to Claremont, where I was elected to the local council. In June 1902, I married Edith Louise Leybourne. I believe your family was known as the Fighting Leans and Prospect. Can you explain where this may have come from? My brother Edward had a distinguished military career and served in the South African War, Gallipoli, and became a duty director in the AIF Repatriation and Demobilisation Department in London. He was mentioned in the dispatches 5 times, appointed CBE and awarded the Belgian Cross degree. 3 of his sons, Alan, Jeffrey and Reuben, served in the 48th Battalion, and the 4th son, Maxwell, with the Royal Australian Navy. My brother Alan enlisted in the AIF as Major in the 28th Battalion and fought at Gallipoli. He was promoted to Lieutenant Colonel but died of shrapnel wounds in 1917. My brother's eldest, called Ernest, served with the 27th Battalion as a warrant officer, as did his 2 sons. I believe you served with a few of your relatives. Was this challenging for you, as I'm sure you wanted to keep them safe? Yes, my brother, 3 nephews and other relatives served under me during the battle. The 48th became known as the Joan of Arc Battalion, which means made of all leans. It was challenging for me. I had to manage all the men that I oversaw, as well as my relatives. It was difficult for me to keep as many men as possible alive, because every day we might start with 140 men, and at the end of the day, only 40 men would return to camp. You were obviously a very successful leader. What characteristics of you contributed to? I was always concerned for the well-being of my men. I always tried to demonstrate strength of character combined with firm discipline. During battle, I tried to remain cool and alert while directing and encouraging my men, regardless of any danger. Were you forced to go to war, or did you enlist in going to war? I enlisted in the AIF as a captain in the 12th Battalion. I was sent to Egypt, but because of my illness in Egypt and my age, I was transferred to the Australian Army Ordnance Corps. My administrative ability was finally to carry my friends to the top levels of the AIF Ordnance Service. I was promoted Major in April 1915, and I served at Gallipoli as Deputy Assistant Director of Ordnance Service. In August, I was promoted Lieutenant Colonel and transferred to AIF Headquarters, London. After I left to Australia in February to July 1917, I was posted to France and in November became the head of Ordnance Services, 1st Anzac Corps. From February 1918, my responsibility widened to include the whole AIF in France, and I was promoted to Colonel in November and became a Deputy Director in the AIF. Can you please give me some detail about the injuries you sustained in the war? I was wounded twice during war. I was severely wounded at Passchendaele on the 12th of October and didn't resume duty until late January 1918. I commanded the 48th at Albert in March and was appointed temporarily Colonel, commanding the 12th Brigade on 19th April and was confirmed in rank and promoted temporarily Brigadier General on the 1st of June. I was wounded a second time on the 31st of July and held against strong counterattacks. After that, I was promoted to a temporarily major in August and temporarily lieutenant colonel in October. I understand you were awarded the English Military Cross, which is awarded to individuals who have distinguished themselves through acts of heroism. Can you tell us how you came to be awarded this medal? Well, I was awarded this because when I was given permission to command a company on the 11th Battalion, and it was among the first ashore Gallipoli on the 25th of April 1915. After that, during May, I distinguished myself in a raid against Turkish positions on Gaba Tepe. The raid was unsuccessful, but I managed to withdraw with a rescue, several wounded under heavy fire, winning the Now, what were some highs and lows of going to war? Well, I did come away with a few positive experiences. I made many new friends from all around Australia, and I really enjoyed seeing a new country and new land to explore. But there were many lows in war as well. Many horrific deaths of men and women I knew, and I was very upset to see them pass away. I also saw several families in the streets homeless, trying to survive the harsh conditions of war times. You survived World War I. Tell us a bit about what you did after war. After leaving the war, I was appointed Police Commissioner by the South Australian Government in May 1920. I gave distinguished service until 1944. I was knighted on retirement. I took over the restive force which has been poorly led and whose faith was low. I introduced a school for recruits and a system of promotion which stressed merit more than seniority. My major contributes were in police education and conditions of service. I believe I have displayed a capacity to fix reasonable grievances, though both departmental conferences and the police union. In 1928, in strong government backing, I pushed the Port Adelaide Wharf, striking, enrolling with 3,000 special constables, and during the Depression, ruthlessly curbed demonstrations by the unemployed, which I judged to be a communist inspired. Why did you go to war? And do you think that you made a difference? I enlisted myself in war because I wanted to go fight for my country, and I was very interested in travel. There were many young men who also went for travel, but I was more interested in seeing the bigger parts of the world. I was also part of a very well-known military family, so I thought of keeping our legacy. Many of my family members went to war with me, and several mates did as well. Therefore, I knew some people, and I didn't feel so alone. I believe that I did make a difference going to war. Although I won and achieved many medallions, I made many new friends that I still talk to today, and I got to explore parts of the world with my relatives. I think I did achieve a lot for my country. During war, I saw some very horrific towns and families struggling to cope with the war times. I was desperate to make a difference to those who were living in such difficult and harsh times. Thank you for your time today, General. I know a lot more about you and the war than I did before. Thank you. It was my pleasure.
This is Aurelia signing off. 9 years.